Greetings and God bless. I was just watching that video where um, that so-called scientist Tyson, what's his first name? Anyways, he was saying that the people who declined to get the injection are contaminated, that they're poisonous people, that they're infectious people, and that is being human phobic, Homo sapien phobic, because the folks that got their DNA altering mRNA gene therapy injection, they are now having genes altered in their body. And that's your choice if you want to do that. People have done gene therapy for other reasons. Let's do it. I don't mind. But you don't get to tell me I have to do chemo even if I have chemo. You don't get to tell me that I have to do the medical procedure that you want, that you do for yourself. And I have noticed this in friends and peers and acquaintances that they treat you like an HIV patient. And the thing is, it is illegal to assume somebody's sick just because you're afraid. That's illegal. Um, like there's no symptoms, so the person, like, it's so mind-boggling, this insanity that everybody's embraced and people are silent about. That these insane people, these controlling authoritarians, are getting away with stealing freedom and common sense. So stop being humanophobic. Stop being a Homo sapien phobic person. Those of us who have just we don't want to do your needle magic. We do traditional things, like we eat chicken soup and we have take our supplements and vitamins and do our healthy practices. That's our thing. That's our prerogative. We are in the United States. We are not in the totalitarian state of you. And have your temper tantrum. You try to destroy us, try to take away our means of making a living, try to take away our homes, try to destroy our family. Yeah, you've been successful, you psychotic piece of s. But you're still morally bankrupt. I have people who are trying to do those things to me because I just want to do my own thing. I'm not stopping you from getting your poison injection. I'm not stopping you from poisoning your child or your grandchild repeatedly with your boosters. But you don't get to do stuff to me. And yeah, you can shame me, you can shun me, you can censor me, you can try to destroy me, and you can actually kill me. I'm like, at this rate, do it. You know, like what? Like this world is so messed up, and you people who are you needle demoniacs that think that you can suffocate all of us and you can imprison all of us and you can medically rape all of us in our bloodstream and in our brains. You think that your loved ones, your employees, your coworkers, your grocery store clerks, you think all those people believe the same way you do, but they do not. They just know you are such a nasty piece of work, whether it's your husband. And it's probably, I think, more than not see through this and they're just like, I just don't want to struggle with my wife. I don't want to have a divorce. Um, I think people are just going along with these crazy women who have nothing, who have no soul or something, who just want to control other people because they need Jesus in their life and their men aren't standing up to them. But you folks who are thinking you're so self-righteous, with this lockdown nightmare that you've perpetuated. Um, like the people that you think are all behind you, they're not. The majority are not. The majority are just trying to get through their life with with the least amount of hassle with from you. So you crazy people who want everybody to suffocate and to commit suicide with these injections. You guys are really the minority. You're a vocal minority. You're a demonized minority. You've got some unclean spirits. I think it's called the Jezebel spirit. And I think that this is like, it's reminiscent of Eve, Adam and Eve, when Eve got seduced by the snake, by Satan, and she rejected God, and the men went along with it. And that's exactly what's been going on. Like women are like, it was maybe 10 years ago, and they were like, it's the age of the women. And I used to be a feminist, and at the time I'm like, oh, that's cool, whatever. Women have become so mean, so out of control, so malicious, so toxic. Such Yes, they make money. Yes, they buy a lot of stuff. Everybody likes that. They just want, they despise you, because you're such an annoying bee, but they want your money. So everybody's just like, I'm fake friends with you or something like that. Huh? They just want you to keep getting your nails done with them and your hair done with them and your car repaired with them. Um, or they want to be friends because you reinforce their somebody else's own image, identity, or whatever. But anyways, stop being humanophobic. It's not right. It's immoral. And if you're not you're not really afraid of an infection, because not only is there this one that's very popular, there's all these other ones that can be really bad. Like Lyme disease. That's a really bad infection. Toxic exposure to radiation from your water. That's really bad. But are you doing anything about those kind of things? Mold exposure. That's a huge one. Volatile organic chemicals from fragrances. Huge. And it's everywhere. Are you worried about that? No, you're not. I mean, not to mention other diseases, other real diseases that people get, like co-infections, like Yersinia or Ehrlichia or Babesia or Bartonella. Um, so, but are you worried about that? Those like Lyme disease and co-infections, it's like living hell. But you're not worried about that, are you? You're still going out, you're going to the coffee shops, you're traveling all over, you're going to public places where people are getting their nails done and maybe there's a little nick. You're not even afraid of HIV, right? But you're going to try to invade other people's rights while saying, you, my body, my right. I get to kill my baby. I get to do abortions anytime I want. But and nobody else can mess with your rights. But you get to mess with my rights because I just want to breathe, because I want to retain my original biology. No. You guys are insane. And the people around you have really failed us, because the people around you are not keeping you in check. And, it's because they know that you are crazy and mean and malicious and soulless, and you would try to kill them, destroy them somehow, because they don't agree with you, because they're doing something different. Like that's the kind of woman that we have today. That's the successful, respectable, laudable woman of 2023. It's like this malicious bee who is out to get you because you don't agree. Like, we've always had a different opinion. Sometimes when I've been Democratic, I've opposed somebody who's into Republican. When I've been into breatharianism, that was in opposition to somebody eating mainstream food. Like, people have very different, huge, different. When I was a New Ager, it was very different than somebody who was a very big Christian. Like, we get to have a whole thing. We're human beings and we're in America, so we get to have a whole range of options. And just because you're a rich lady who has, you know, neutered your husband and your son and whatever, just because you think you have control, you don't get to have control of peripheral people in your life. And you really do not deserve control, even if it's your adult son. You don't have a right to take away other people's opinions or way of life, particularly when they're just being safe. They're being in their own little bubble. Like, yes, if somebody's trying to attack you, yeah, you get to have your and we do too. Like, just because you're a psychotic needle magic worshiping person does not mean you get to do whatever you want. Like, stop thinking you get to do whatever you want to us, because you can't. You don't have a right. And everybody's such a coward now. Everybody's so hypnotized. Nobody will stop you, crazy needle magic people. It seems, I mean, I'm just like, Lord Jesus Christ, please come soon, because I can't take you guys. And I can't take, the conspiracy of silence, because there's a lot of people who know this is BS, what's been going on the past few years. And everybody's just like, oh, I'm just going to parrot the narrative. Oh, I got the infection. Oh, I survived the infection. Oh, I'm recovering from this infection. So now everybody's in their little stupid cult of, we all got sick. I noticed this with people who got cancer. They were like, yeah, I had cancer. Like, it was something to be proud of. I had surgery. I got my body part lopped off, and I injected myself with poisonous radiation, and I survived. I'm like, when I met other people who grew up in my demographic, I wasn't like, we were not like, yeah, we were traumatized by such and such. Isn't that cool? Like, no, we're all just like, oh yeah, uh, how are you doing? That's what we do. But like with this cancer cult and with this infection cult, people are like, yeah, my identity is based on this illness and this medical infrastructure that somehow didn't manage to kill us, and now I see it as a feather in my cap. Oh my gosh. I mean, maybe, people were always such crap, and I just never really had noticed it, because, I noticed, like, as I get older, I notice more things, and I can kind of make conclusions. So maybe this is just always the way it's been, but man, I'm so disgusted with people, and I'm disgusted not only with the needle magic worshippers, but they're silent, cowardly family members, associates, and stuff that really should have some backbone, should um, just speak up. Like, just say, I don't agree. And yeah, the wife will divorce you. Yeah, the mother will cut you off, and, you're you're you can't live in her basement anymore or something like that. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why these crazy, horrible people are have so much control. I don't know why God lets them exist. They're ruining the world, and I mean that's why, because things have to get so bad before Jesus returns. Um, yeah, and it's just tough. It's tough when you don't have a whole team behind you, or at least you don't know that you have a whole team behind you. So, yeah, I'm just ranting. Does anybody else relate? Like, what are your thoughts? How are you? Like, are you in the cult? Do you find the cult annoying? If you do find the cult annoying, tell me why. We can relate. So, thank you so much for listening, and any thoughts you have, and God bless you all in the name of Lord Jesus Christ.